Okay, so setting up an animation for a character like this is actually going to be really unique. The reason why it's so unique is because it's not really a humanoid. Like, it has some humanoid like features, but it itself is not a humanoid. So this will actually be kind of tricky. The first thing we actually need to do is build this guy up. So this will be the head, and let's go and set this to 1. And let's just start, let's just go at him real quick. Give him a little bit of a pupil. And we're just going to start tracing. I actually forgot to do something. Let me go ahead and drop the opacity on this layer down so I can see where I am working a little bit easier. This guy is actually one of my more favorite enemies, so I'm going to try to do my best to make him look really good. You guys are probably just like, that's lame. Yeah, it's whatever. Now we can also animate these up here, and I'll show you how to do that later on. For now, I'm just more worried about setting this up. So this is going to be the stem and the leaves. So let's say stem, leaves. So I'm actually going to set it up where it comes out like this, comes down. Let's just give that a little bit of a flicker, shall we? Give that some uniqueness to it. Alright, and then we'll have these in the background. So we'll set that up. There we go. So these are our stems, and then we need the body. And so the body is actually going to be about like this. And then we will have roots. So roots actually needs to be underneath the body. And we can set these up however. Oh, we need roots rear. And so these will always be behind this little plant guy. Let me go ahead and do this. Come down here. I'm just going to do that. So now we need roots front. I just now noticed this, but whenever the camera's like this, does this look like a pair of balls to you guys? Just wondering. So roots front, I'm actually going to come off of here, off of the body. I'm actually going to do it like this, and the reason for this is because I'm going to have these roots in front and then these roots in the back. So that's why I'm doing it like this. So now we need, this is the stem's leaves. I'm going to go to full opacity. I'm going to go ahead and select this color and come back to my brush. I'm going to hide this, and I need to hide every single layer except for the stem's leaves. And so I'll come here to layer 7. I just start painting. Yeah, you do a contrasting color like this, you'll be able to see what you're missing real easily. There we go. I don't see anything else. Okay, yeah. I don't see anything else, so I think that should be good. So now I'll turn this on. These are the stem's rear. Now, I'm not actually going to redo the death animation or anything like that, but I will use this for the attack animation and the idle animation. Idle / patrol, whatever. So I'm actually going to pause the video right about here, and I'm going to finish painting in these other layers, and then once I'm done with that, I'll start the video back up. So I will see you guys in a moment. Alright guys, we are back. So you can see that this lined up perfectly. Like, you can't even tell the difference between this and the original. Yeah, it's a bunch of BS. So let me go ahead and start grouping all these together. The head actually has 3 layers. I just wanted to do it that way so it'd make it easier for me painting in the teeth and the eyes. And we're going to call this head. This is stem leaves. Roots rear. Body. Roots front. So I'm going to collapse all of these. The head actually needs to go above the body. And there we go. That actually looks a lot more like the original. Although the original, what did that one? That's pretty close. That's the only thing is that I have this line right here for the front of the roots, and that's why we're getting something that looks a little different. But I think he actually looks pretty close. The head actually needs to be in front of the roots front, so this way that lines up properly. So now all I need to do, now all this is lined up, I just need to go and do my shading. So once again, I'll be right back. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you guys the shading. So I'm going to hide the head for now. I'm going to work on stem leaves. So let's go ahead and set this to 1. We're going to click on my green color. Do you see what I see? I need to click on this layer. I saw it a second ago. Okay, I'm off my rocker. No biggie. So I'm just going to make this a little bit darker. See how that looks? Yeah, that looks good. So I'm actually going to have this come off right here. I'm going to have this come off through here, and then this will kind of like split off right there. So now I'm just going to do a series of Ys. They're going to be at an angle. Do the same thing right here. And this leaf, this will come through here. There we go. So there's our leaf. Probably going to add some shading right here. There we go. We'll add a little bit more shading back here. Stem leaves are done. What is layer? Oh, that's that guy. Roots rear. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new layer. So I actually need to look at the stems leaves real quick. So we have the shading on the back side. So it looks like the light is coming in this way. So that's something we will need to keep in mind as we do this. So if the light's coming in this way, this is actually going to be shaded right here. And the shading will actually come up right around here. And then this will be shaded again. Just a little bit. There we go. Actually, I screwed up on that, didn't I? Yes, I did. So shading will be right here. Down through here. So this actually needs to kind of curve up a little bit. And then it'll come over. So we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to kind of follow the contour of this just a little bit. So the back part of this is shaded. Then we'll have this right here. We'll shade this in. Come through here and shade that up. And we're actually going to have some shading right over here a little bit. Let's add some shading right there. There we go. Just a little bit of a hump right there. So now we have the body. The body will have shading that will kind of like follow this weird shape. I'm going to set this to 3 so I can just hurry up and paint it in. There we go. And so now we have the roots front. Set this back to 1. So I'm just going to follow this line right here. Paint that in just a little bit. There we go. Excellent. The head is the interesting one. So first I need to get the color of the face. I'm just going to make that a little darker. Let's see how that looks. There we go. So we want him to have a little bit of a smile. And I'm actually going to create a line like that. And do that. And we need something for the nose. So those are going to be our main lines to follow. So if the light's coming this way, we actually need to darken this area. We're actually going to darken the mouth a bit. Right around there, I'm thinking. Just along this bottom edge. Just a little bit. And so we actually want this right here to be darker. We're going to want this back here to be darker. So the light will actually come off here, which means this back part under here will be darker. I'm going to just add a little bit of a contrast there. There we go. And then I'm actually going to add a little bit more shadows where they kind of come up through here and follow underneath. Just to give it a little bit more character. And probably something right here too. So if we add this right here and then come back to this other color, kind of soften it up a little bit. There we go. That looks unique. So let's click on this. We're going to select these, go to a darker color. I'm going to add the shadows right here. That's done. That's done. That's done. There we go. So now we are left with this looking dude. So there we go. Now that that is done, we can actually start animating. Or actually, we need to finish rigging first. That's actually going to be very important that we finish rigging. So I'm going to stop the video right here. Or actually, I'm going to pause the video. Alright, so I paused it because I got a message. Y'all have no faith in me about the issues. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm glad that y'all find these issues. That tells me that you are testing everything and you're checking it out, making sure it's working like it should be. Honestly, if y'all weren't doing that, I'd be a little concerned. So I am glad that y'all are doing that. Not even gonna lie. I actually want to do that a little bit. There we go. So he has a really interesting look to him. Probably just come through here and smooth this out a little bit. So he's going to be about this large, so that looks okay. I think I need to fix this back area just a little bit more. So I'm going to smooth that down, smooth that out, smooth that out. There we go, that looks better. So I have an area right here that needs to be fixed, so I'll do that real quick. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. So now this is where this part gets kind of weird. The body is a main part of it. The head will always follow the body. Always. So that means we need to take the head and put it inside the body. Now if you notice, this part is coming up, so we're actually going to have to create a new group called Body Main. I mean, I guess technically we don't really have to do that. As long as we remember that everything follows. But we will want the stem leaves and everything like that. I think we can actually get by without having to do that. I'm not going to worry about it this time around. I'm going to go ahead and Control G. This will be called idle 01. And this will be idle 02. So now that we have idle 02, let's go ahead and start animating this. We'll do that in the next video, and I'll see y'all there.